Alrighty, so for this first part, you kind of want to go a little bit diagonal rather than trying to go up and left right off the bat. It's a little bit faster. For this bird's nest afterwards, it's really fast. What you want to go is down left, but it's more like tap tap tap, left down left. Whenever you hit these bird's nests, you want to be pressing the accept or the talk button. If you're playing on the PlayStation, it's the X button as fast as possible. When it comes to these next branches and getting through this area, you definitely want to be going in what looks to be a little bit late. You'll end up walking a lot smoother without having to be slowed down. Now this is maybe about a second or two, but it counts. Now for the next section, we're going to have the movie clip play, and what we want to do is you want to be able to skip that as fast as possible. You don't want to be losing time on this at all. Now this is where the RNG section of this segment comes in. It's kind of nice to notice if you've played the Perfect game or the Excalibur 2 Perfect game before on Final Fantasy IX, is that initially they'll have you get away with a lot less RNG, and you can kind of just make it through. However, this kind of compacts as you get closer towards the end, where your patience level is definitely going to be tested a lot more, and it's just a whole lot easier to try and save time in the earlier sections rather than waiting until the end and then panicking and worrying if you're gonna actually make it or not. So that's what we're trying to go for here. Following kind of Monkey Slinger's idea, we're gonna try and get this battle as fast as possible, and this was my only attempt where I managed to get Baku so far with just one attack and no polys or pyro spells. You are gonna see it wasn't 100% perfect. Senna didn't manage to get a full hit, but it was the best one I've got so far out of the 40 attempts, so it was the one I was going to take with. Originally, I was trying to combine this section with the next section. However, with the RNG and the fact that I'm not the best at the sword fight, I thought it was a lot better to do similar to what Monkey Zinger had done and to take the save. Also, a user by the name of Tony Ellis originally said that it might be possible to skip the inner treasure within the guardhouse room in the castle. Unfortunately, after playing for about a few hours, I ended up finding out that within Disc 2, and even on Disc 3 before fighting Tantarian, this is no longer available at all. So if you miss it now, you end up missing it for the game, which is not something we want at all. At this point during the sword fight, my heart is just absolutely pounding, because this is the first time I managed to get the fight with Baku, Bonero, and Gennaro really well. So when the RNG comes in, sometimes you just have to take it. In terms of the sword fight in general, definitely having it without noise is a preference. And if you are using the PS1 version, definitely get, I believe it's called the CCTV. Trying to do it on a plasma, I've actually never been able to get it 100%. The best I've ever gotten was 99. From this part on, it's pretty straightforward. There's just a lot of text/dialogue skipping. And we're gonna grab the moonstone and the treasure in this guardhouse. Typically, you will get the treasure in the guardhouse within the next section, but I find it's a little bit easier to grab when Steiner comes in for this one. The only little mistake that I think is worth noting is I end up taking an extra step or two towards the queen when I have Steiner. That could have definitely been avoided, but I was a little jumpy. So when you're coming with Zidane, you're listening to blank, it's 5 text dialogues before you can move. Otherwise, when you're with Steiner and you're coming out from the Queen's, I guess, chamber? Not chamber, but the where she's sitting originally. You can't press left right away. You're gonna have to press up for like a millisecond before you can go down the stairs. That's, I think, the only last noteworthy thing saying. The rest is pretty self-explanatory. Thanks so much for watching, and enjoy! Dude, was it not fucking recording?